When Jesus is revealed as the light, which is the life of men, that was in John 1. And he was also the Word, he was the truth, he's the way to the Father. And he shares with us more than just a moral standard to live by. He actually gives us practical things. He gives us an insight into the very heart and the nature of God. And God is all about reconciliation. Reconciliation between people, men and their brothers. It is reconciliation between God and men. And fundamentally, and more importantly, the most important was Jesus came to reconcile us with our Father. So we have this loving Father who's looking upon his children, and he is yearning and desiring our redemption, our reconciliation, to be rejoined with him, because we live with this delusion. This shows up in how we interact with one another. And so Jesus shares things that are very impactful, very wise, interpersonal relationships. And we're going to look at one of those, just one verse. It's in Matthew, where Jesus shared something that if people actually did this, it would be phenomenal. And it's in Matthew chapter 18, and specifically it's verse 15. And it's just this. He says, "Moreover, if your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he hears you, you have gained your brother." Now he goes on, but I just want to focus on this. This is just a simple little principle that if people actually live by it, it would make a tremendous difference. He says, if your brother sins against you, so this could be your sister, it could be your brother, it could somebody, it's an acquaintance, it's somebody that you have a relationship with, has done something that's caused some sort of angst, some sort of difficulty in this relationship, or maybe it's you just heard something that said he or she did something. Jesus said, if you know that your brother or your sister, someone that you have a relationship with, a friend, has done something that you're troubled about, concerned about, he gives the very practical is go and talk to that individual. Go and talk to them. But he says, go and talk alone. What happens so often, and this is the flesh, is going to go talk to somebody else and say, did you hear what so-and-so did? Or, I'm so hurt by what this person did. Talking to somebody else rather than going to the person. Now, why would you go to your brother or your sister? And it's about reconciliation. And Jesus says that if your brother hears you, if he is receptive, and you can have this conversation, that you can be restored and reconciled, you will gain your brother. Because there's more than one possibility. You may think that this is what's going on, but the reality and the truth of it may be something different. And when you go and you talk with the purpose of being reconciled, of repairing this relationship, not letting some slander, gossip, or report, or actual something that's happened to carry on and come and divide you, that you go and you share your concerns and have a conversation, find out if that's actually what's going on. And if it is, give your brother or your sister the opportunity to respond and say, you know what, you're right. It's not about you being right. It's about reconciling, because you might be wrong or you might be right. But if your brother will hear you, you will gain your brother. This is just a little practical thing that Jesus shares with us, because reconciliation in relationships is what God is all about. This is how we love. We seek to understand. We seek to communicate. We're not running off to somebody else to talk about somebody. We're going to the person where the problem exists in order to be reconciled. This simple little technique, this simple little approach to be relational problems would solve so many problems. It's so easy to go and talk to somebody else or talk about somebody. But to go to the person that has the information, that knows what happened, that is involved here in this relationship, to go and to get your brother to hear you, that you can be restored, is the whole point. And you can gain your brother. Go talk to the person, not somebody else.